Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Snohomish's Veterans Memorial Stadium for Friday night football, Friday night under the lights with the sun setting over to the west from our left over here, and a beautiful, perfect night for high school football here in Snohomish, as tonight we have the matchup of the Mountlake Terrace Hawks against the Snohomish Panthers on STSPN.com. I'm Mark Aucutt with Scott Liago, also Todd, Elvig, and Debbie Larson are here this evening, and our crew just happy to be here. It's just fabulous on homecoming night to be at Snohomish High School and right here at this wonderful stadium. A lot of memories here, a lot of homecomings, and a chance to see a really nice crowd down below having a great time. And Scott, we got a matchup of a Snohomish team that so far has been putting together a better record than Mountlake Terrace. But again, you never know what could happen as the Mountlake Terrace is going, all right, we're in here, let's just go for it and see what we can do.
Well, as usual, you know, like you said, it's nice to be back on a Friday night and watching high school football. And being a former coach from the Wesco League, it's like you said, every Friday night could be a spoiler, could be a chance to win the big game. But obviously, Snohomish needs to keep winning and keep doing what they need to do to get in the playoffs.
There you go, and that's the big thing right there. As the Panthers come in with a record of 2-0 in conference play, 2-2 overall, and they're led by fourth-year head coach Joey Hammer. For Mountlake Terrace, 1-1 in conference play, 1-3 overall, so the record's pretty close. And Archie Malloy is their first-year head coach. Mountlake Terrace comes off a victory against Meadowdale last week, 35-3, and that is after losing against Redmond to open up the season on September 3rd, 41-8, and then Shorecrest really beat them up, shutting them out 41-0, and then Cascade with a 36-14 victory over the Hawks. And so really last week they needed a victory, and now here they come. They got one in a row under their belt, and they got to face a Snohomish team that's really been starting to pick up momentum as Glacier Peak beat Snohomish on September 3rd, 35-19. Then the Panthers with a 21-14 victory over Edmonds Woodway. Snohomish then with a 49-28 victory over Shorecrest. I say momentum until you run into Lake Stevens. Then Lake Stevens 46 to win over Snohomish, 40-6 the final score. But in those two games prior to that, they were looking sharp. And I saw the game 2 weeks ago against Shorecrest, and Snohomish really came out of the gate very strong. And that's something that I'm sure Mountlake Terrace will be up against tonight.
Absolutely. I got the chance to see Lake Stevens 2 weeks ago play O'Day, and it's a formidable crew, so it's quite a effort against even them.
Want to mention our great sponsors, American Family Insurance, Sally Petty Agency in Monroe, also Gene Johnson Plumbing and Heating, GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric, Adrenaline Fundraising, player of the game sponsor, McDaniel's Do It Best Hardware here in Snohomish, also here in Snohomish, Fred's Rivertown Ale House, Airfield Espresso, Heather Harvey, and Washington Officials Association. So let's go ahead and take a break, and we're going to be right back with tonight's game here on STSPN.com.
Frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Here at Snohomish's Veterans Memorial Stadium. They bring off the colors with the ROTC here at Snohomish, and we certainly appreciate all who have served our great country, including Todd Elvig, who was in the Navy for 12 seasons, our CEO and founder of STSPN.com. And Todd, I always appreciate it, and everybody who's served our great country. And tell you, Scott, now I think we can talk about how well you've served in the coaching ranks. Give us some background of what you did. I know a couple years ago we got our viewers up to speed on that, but it's been a couple of years, so give us some background again of your coaching.
Well, I started off at my alma mater at O'Day High School. I was under the great coach Monty Kohler when he first got here from Montana, and left there in '89, and then went over to Shorewood High School, coached there for a couple of years, and then went over to the University of Washington, coached for Don James for 10 months until he decided to resign. And then I went with a Snohomish favorite, Coach Lambright, for a year, for 2 years, and was in the Whammy in Miami staff. And that was a lot of fun and learned a lot. And then was left of that, was almost going to take the Prairie job, and something happened, so I didn't take that, and then came back to work at Mountlake Terrace High School, and then ended up my career at Garfield High School as the head football coach. So
a great
25 years.
background, man. We interspersed within the broadcast tonight, we're definitely going to touch on your background as far as with Coach James, Coach Lambright, and the University of Washington. And also, of course, we're going to have plenty of color commentary from you. But you get chills just when you mention your background and the people that you were coaching under or with. And that's what you bring to the table. I was excited that we were able to get to work together again tonight and really have fun out here on this beautiful Friday night. It's cold and crisp. It's October. This is really when high school football kicks into gear. As we got the kickoff coming up, and Snohomish will receive first. Two deep backs ready to go as Mountlake Terrace is going to be Alex Lopez, who will approach the ball at the 40, and decent, going to be fielded by one of the up man, and that's going to be brought back to the 25-yard line. Oh, and maybe a little bit more. So there he goes. Getting that initially for Snohomish will be Gavin Maynard. He is a 5'9", 165-pound junior. And it looks like he was going to be stopped there at the 25-yard line. But Scott, he found a little bit of extra right there and took it up to, it looks like, the 32. So a decent return and got Snohomish off to a nice field position right there.
Absolutely. Special teams.
So here we go. Snohomish with three wideouts to the right, one to the left, and a single back And the handoff. That's going to be a run over on the left side that time. Kyle Larson. Larson is going to handle the ball a lot in this game. I know we saw that in the game against Shorecrest 3 weeks ago, and Larson can blast through. He can get the job done for you. As we get started here, we're underway. And there's Hammer going back. He's got some room, and now he's going to run out of room, going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. So, Scott, what do you see so far in how these things are getting going to get Snohomish to try to, okay, they've made 2 plays to start things off, and actually they're going to go right to a no huddle.
Yep.
And we'll get to that with Scott here very shortly. Now, there's 2 backs behind the quarterback. Hammer, actually, he goes to the shotgun, and so we've got him off, drifting to the right side, throws with the left hand. He's got a completion over there. That's a nice-looking play. Making the catch for Snohomish is Mason Orgill, 5'10", 185-pound junior wide receiver and defensive back. So Orgill gets a nice gain that time of 13 yards.
Yeah, big change from the old days of Snohomish. This is RPO, go as fast as you can. And
yeah. Look at this. Goes to it again, and that one a bit long, so the intended receiver that time not able to catch the football, and we're going to have a second down. But so that was a nice passing play. And, you know, the other thing, too, is you've got a left-handed passer, and most teams are used to seeing a righty, so that throws them off a little bit.
Absolutely.
Okay, they're at the near hash mark. Lots of room out to the far side of the field over there. High snap is going to be a handoff, and carrying the football for Snohomish will be Kyle Larson. Gets a good gain right there. He's got enough for the first down. So Larson able to pick up 13 yards.
Yeah, the beauty of the game in high school in football period is just how much we've spread the field now. Before we used to run between the tackles. Now you have to defend the whole field.
Yeah, absolutely. So first down and 10 yards to go. So that's 2 first downs for the Panthers. And it swings one out to the left side. And even right there, you're just picking up a little bit, but spreading the field, too, is a good thing as well.
Absolutely. 53 yards across. They've got to defend every piece of the green down on that field. So
now you got Hammer at 2 for 3 in passing. Picks up 3 yards on that play. And in and out of the hands of the intended receiver that time. He was going for Gavin Maynard. Bring up a third down and 7 as the ball is at the 36-yard line. And we're clicking into a couple of minutes into the game. And again, thank you to our wonderful sponsors of high school football. Todd got a great amount of them on board, and we'll give them some individual shouts as we move along. 3rd down and 7. What do you see right here, Scott?
Trips open, the tight set. Looks like maybe some type of wheel formation.
Okay. Well, there we go. Pressure on, and it's going to almost be picked off. There was nobody there. He threw high that time, and it looks like almost making the interception that time was Cole Waldrop Leathers, and he is also the quarterback for Mountlake Terrace. So good two-way player. It's now 4th down and 6 to go. That makes Hammer 2 for 4 in passing. Pressure on, look out, he's going down. Big loss that time. So on the 4th down play, we're going to see Hammer taken down. The ball was set at the 36-yard line, and then all the way back to the 48. That's a loss of 12 yards. Not good.
No.
And it also puts Mountlake Terrace in great field position to begin their first drive. 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line, just knocking on the door to Snohomish that quickly. At quarterback again will be Cole Waldrop Leathers as he gets set to go.
Not sure if that was a design or was a fumble.
Yeah, no kidding. Is up to the 50-yard line. Maybe he got 3. I think he got 3. He got 3 that time.
And he comes up gimping a little bit.
Yeah, I got to watch that too. So he starts out, and there becomes that thing too. Was it planned or broken play time? And we'll get to kind of see the pattern as to how these two teams start to formulate things that look designed or look broken up. So you got an I formation behind the quarterback, and no running room there. He's stacked right up. Good job by Snohomish on the second down play.
It's kind of interesting to see even a two-back offense even playing.
It is, isn't it?
Yep.
You know, you look at that and go, okay, wait a minute. We don't so much see that anymore.
That was the old Snohomish offense, fullback and a tailback.
Yep.
Goes like crazy. Rick Finney in the old days.
That's true. All right, third down, 5 yards to go as the ball is spotted at the 48-yard line. Here we go. Wow. Pressure
Fumble.
on. Look at that fumble. Terrace is going to chase it down. Huge loss. My goodness.
Yeah.
That goes to the 29-yard line. So that's a 24-yard loss. And that brings up fourth down. So now you got to look at bringing your punting unit on. There's no doubt about that. And Snohomish will send a man back for the Panthers, Josh Vandergrind. And I'll tell you, we're going to hear a lot about him tonight. This guy can get things done. So can Kyle Larson. Snohomish has got a solid team. They're going to have really good field position themselves. He's going to take that one at the 42-yard line. Up to the 45. Now
Got
the
a chance.
50 turns the corner. Look out to the 40, 35, 30, and brought down at the 26-yard line. So great job that time by Vandergrind. Josh doing an excellent job cutting over. Had room on that side of the field there. And Scott, what'd you see that kind of helped break him loose?
He just did a nice job of setting up his blocks, to be honest with you. It looked like they had him covered and then just set it up and just hit it to the outside and took it off.
32-yard return, and Snohomish has it first down, 10 yards to go, and they are at the 26-yard line. Two wideouts to the left side, and again, Hammer from the shotgun. Quick slant, and that is a beauty into the end zone. Touchdown, Snohomish. Mason Orgill making the catch from 26 yards out. And just like that, the Panthers are on the scoreboard.
Yeah, Mountlake Terrace not playing with any free safety, no safety in the middle. It just makes it a pretty easy throw and catch, to be honest.
Fantastic. He just cut across there on the slant, and the timing was perfect, and there it was, just like that, as the Panthers get on the scoreboard. 7:36 to go in the first quarter. And the extra point attempt is coming up right here. You know Snohomish is going to be tough. It is homecoming night, and there are a lot of traditions here with this team and the fans. All right, so holding will be Lucas Bosa, and it's going to be Hammer for the extra point. This guy does a lot of things.
Yeah.
He is the quarterback, kicker, and he's going to take it for the fake, and they're going to go to the end zone. Oh, incomplete. Well, nice intention that time and trying to get the 2 points. As with being who he is as the quarterback,
Absolutely.
We're going to take a break right now. We'll be back with more right here on STSPN.com.
You can almost smell those fresh ground beans. Airfield Espresso at Harvey Field has been serving delicious cups of gourmet happiness for over 25 years. Excellent service and lasting relationships is their top priority. Stop in and experience the kindness and joy that exude from this special place, one cup at a time.
I don't know if they have some flu or COVID.
Welcome back. We are live here at Snohomish High School. They just scored 7:36 to go here in the first quarter. And it was a work of art right there, as you had Kyle Hammer going to Mason Orgill, 26-yard slant play, touchdown, and there we sit. And then the 2-point conversion, not good. And now Snohomish will kick off for the first time in the game as 2-up man and 2 deep for Mountlake Terrace. Mountlake Terrace in their all-white uniforms. They are going from your right to left on the screen. That's a pretty solid kick. He gets it in the air, taken at the 13-yard line, and a decent enough return out to the 28, but just brought down that time, no problem.
Yeah, good coverage by Snohomish kids. Stayed
That
their
was
lanes.
Carter Shoemaker with the return that time for Mountlake Terrace. Mark Aucutt, Scott Liago here, bringing you the action. Hey, Todd Elvig is over there too. I don't know if we can bring him in, but he's in full producer mode. You know, when you're doing football, there's a few extra bells and whistles that go with it. And in fact, doing this, I really enjoy it, Scott, because I've done a lot of radio with this, and there's so many things you got to remember. When we can do it with him, we can just watch the game.
Absolutely.
And that's fun.
I try and make it easy.
Ball's at the 28-yard line, and a handoff right there. He's not going anywhere. This ran into a wall of Snohomish Panthers, and you know Snohomish wants to make a statement very quickly here on their home turf. That's going to be a 2-yard loss.
Now they are definitely looking to stop the run, that's for sure. Set the tone early. Get him a long distance and make him throw the ball.
Snohomish with 3 first downs in the game. Mountlake Terrace has not recorded one as of yet. 2nd down and 12 yards to go. Not much to go right there either. Going to get 3 yards on the play, so they're just a yard from the original line of scrimmage. Yeah, we saw an advertisement there during the break for the great Airfield Espresso, which Heather Harvey runs. And I'll tell you what, those parachute punches and a lot of great beverages down there are outstanding. I don't know if we can pull the same thing, Todd, that we did back in May when we had them deliver 2 of them to us tonight. But I'll tell you what, just the fact that they're so close by and do a great job. There's a pitch. Carrying the football for Mountlake Terrace that time was Xavion Jones. He is a 6'1", 230-pound sophomore. Good-sized guy.
Yeah.
And just a sophomore.
Scored 3 touchdowns last week against Meadowdale.
So that makes keep an eye on him. Jones wearing number 12 on his uniform picks up a total of 4 yards that time. And it's going to bring up 4th down, 4 yards to go. So they're in a punting situation again, Scott.
Yep.
Snohomish with the deep man back at the 42-yard line. There's already been 1 punt by Mountlake Terrace, so this their second possession with 5:30 now.
I think they're
clicking
short
down. It kind of looks like they might. Ooh. That one's going to go out of bounds, and Snohomish is going to be in tremendous field position. They've already got the 6 points on the board. And we'll take another break. This is STSPN.com here at Snohomish. Welcome back. And a mention for Fred's Rivertown Ale House, also here in Snohomish. And they've been on board right from the beginning with Todd. First down, 10 yards to go at the 40-yard line, right directly in front of us. Running room out to the far side. And there's an inside handoff. Curling around a little bit that time is Kyle Larson. Larson's going to pick up 3 yards, Scott. And he now has 19 yards on 3 carries in this game.
Yeah, it's the great thing about the RPO offense. Got to defend a lot of things. Pass plays and running. And
taking the snap, not much to go. He gets loose there. There's a penalty. That'd be our first penalty in the game. And
it's going to be holding against Snohomish.
Holding against Snohomish. So that would be number 1 right there. Moving back, it was 2nd down. Oh, no, it's a face mask.
Oh.
They called a face mask against Mountlake Terrace. Snohomish bringing in Vandergrind now, and that's going to move it up a chunk. That's going to be, what, 10 yards? Or is it from the... They're standing at the 29-yard line. That would be about a 10-yard if they're going to move it from there. I think that's where the infraction was.
Yeah.
So that's where they're going to set it down. So that's going to be a 10-yard penalty, and it will be the first against either team. And Snohomish is going to have the ball at the 29-yard line of Mountlake Terrace. Great spot. That one's breaking up. Hammer going to the air and getting right in his face was Landon Woolley. Hammer now 3 for 6 in passing.
Yeah, Mountlake Terrace.
They're getting set up once again, and we got Snohomish with 3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right, and a setback right by Hammer. He's going to swing the pass out to that, and that is Vandergrind. Vandergrind cuts up field and gets some nice running room there.
Yeah, nice move right there.
Turned that one around really well. So he was at the 29 at second down, and he's going to get at least 6 yards on the play and take it up to, it looks like, the 22-yard line. He got 7 overall.
Well, the thing is, Mountlake Terrace made an adjustment, put that safety back, play in the middle of the field. Now it's a numbers game, and so now they can throw that pass out to the side.
Up a couple more, a little bit more. 1 yard gain. 4th down, 2 yards to go. A long one, they say.
Yes.
Oh, straight up the middle. Look at that good running right there. As the Panthers will pick up their 4th first down. Right up the gut. Carrying the football that time was Gavin Maynard. And Maynard gets a really nice gain. Gets it from the 22 all the way down to the 12. Panthers knocking on the door with their 4th first down of the game, and a handoff this time goes to Kyle Larson. Larson's not getting anything on that one.
Nice tackle by number 2 from Mountlake Terrace.
The Panthers really distributing the ball well. I have them with going with 2 different receivers and 4 different rushers in this game, Scott.
Well, that's the beauty of the RPO. It just really puts the ball in different people's hands and makes everybody happy, especially the parents.
That's right. 2 wide left, 2 wide right, spread out a little bit more with room over there. And there's a handoff to Larson again. So with the loss that time, it took it back to 2nd down and 14, and not much that time either. He got about 3 yards on the play.
Back to trips open again.
Now, explain the acronym. Oh, hold on just a second. We'll get ready to go here. 1 minute 40 to go in the first quarter. And Hammer's going to go to the air. He's got a man down there, but he's out of bounds. Making the catch, just rolling out of bounds that time, was Kaiden Gaffney. Well, that's a familiar name up here in Snohomish County. So Gaffney made a nice catch. He was just needed an extra couple yards to keep his feet in. Or his foot. You just got to get one down here at high school and college level.
Yep.
The Snohomish trying to get it done here. 4th down, 12 yards to go. And now you've got Hammer at 4 for 8 in passing. And here we go. They're going to go for the field goal. Hammer's got a good leg, too. No good. Didn't get it that time. So looking at that one, it was a 32-yard field goal, and he came up short. So we got 1:33 to go here in the first quarter. Still the Panthers leading Mountlake Terrace 6-0, and this is STSPN.com. We're going to keep it right here. We're going to keep it and get ready to go for the next series as they're not wasting any time. Mountlake Terrace with the football. They will take over just a little bit past their own 20-yard line, Scott. And if you're Mountlake Terrace, you got 80 yards to go. We'll get to this Stohs here in just a second. There's a nice, they just kind of rolled and slanted over to the right side. That's Xavier Jones. Again, this guy can hurt you quickly with his ability, and he's able to pick up, looks like 4 yards on that play. But if you're Mountlake Terrace, you're down 6-0. That's a small amount to come back from, although Snohomish looks like they were going to pound it on him and maybe be up by a couple touchdowns. You know, what are you thinking right now?
Well, if you're Mountlake Terrace, what you're doing is perfect. You get in the huddle, come out, slow down the game, slow it down, use the clock to your advantage.
Yeah.
Make it a shorter game. The RPO guys, they want to go as fast as they can, get 50 snaps if they can.
So go with the RPO. What does that acronym stand for?
That's a run pass option.
Yeah, okay.
For every play. So it just puts stresses on the defense because you have the chance to run, you have a chance to pass. With the changes they've made in the.
We've got a timeout to take now, so we're getting that all set to go, and we'll take a timeout. Back with more right after this. We'll get back to
We're
Scott.
all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Welcome back. We got the first timeout taken by Mountlake Terrace of the 3 available here in the first half. Mark Aucutt, Scott Liago here on STSPN.com. Todd Elvig now getting into the mix as well. 2nd down and 6 yards to go. The ball is at the 24-yard line of Mountlake Terrace. This is their 3rd drive of the game. They do not have any first downs as of yet, and that's not going to happen there either. Great pressure on by Vandergrind as really nowhere for the quarterback to go as Waldrop Leathers ran into a Snohomish player that was not relenting.
They must not think that Mountlake Terrace is going to pass at all because they filled the box there and they couldn't do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Now, he had a 24-yard loss earlier, and now this time takes a 4 on that, or a 5-yard loss on that one. It's going to be 3rd down and 11 yards to go. The ball is marked at the 19-yard line. Trying straight up the middle. Oh, he almost broke that. That was Xavier Jones, who they needed that one, Scott. They needed that one bad. He got close to 11 yards on that. He's pretty close to a first down. I think he may have got it. They're wanting to move the chains. They're going to move the chains. So Jones gets it done.
Nicely done.
That was really well done, and he's got now a total of 3 carries for 18 yards, and there's the first down of the game for Mountlake Terrace. So congratulations to them as they really grinded it out. Now, we're at the end of the first quarter. You get so consumed into what we're doing, all of a sudden it's like, oh, wow. It's the end of the first quarter, and, of course, we got it there on real time right up in front on the screen for you. So we'll take a break. This is STSPN.com.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
We are back live here at Snohomish's Veterans Memorial Stadium through one quarter. Snohomish is leading 6-0 over Mountlake Terrace. Mark Aucutt with Scott Liago, also Todd Elvig and Debbie Larson. Debbie's doing some camera work tonight if needed, right? You got her worked in a little bit. Very good. Is Sarah Elvig here too? Oh, you got, she's on the other camera. So we have, I tell you, it's we got Title IX covered here. It's all set. We don't mess with them. They'll shut the cameras down on us. So we have 3 wide to the left side for Mountlake Terrace as they get started from the 30-yard line, first down here in the second quarter to get things rolling. And again, carrying the football for the Hawks will be their able back, Xavier Jones, 6'1", 230-pound sophomore. And Scott, he picks up, looks like 3 yards that time. He's got 21 yards so far in the game.
He's a nice little back.
And just a sophomore. I mean, that jumps off the page right there. So Snohomish scoring with 7:36 to go in the first quarter. It was a 26-yard slant from Kyle Hammer to Mason Orgill, and that is the difference in the game. And they missed the 2-point conversion, and they went right for the 2. They didn't have to try something different if it broke up, but no, that's what they were shooting for.
Yep.
So a couple yards on this one. That's going to bring up 3rd down. Carrying the football that time is Beatty Bresci, and he's able to get the 2 yards. So 3rd down, just 4 yards for him so far.
Let's see if Mountlake Terrace can get their second first down.
Mm-hmm. All right, the sun going down a while ago. Pitch black out around here. It's October, and high school football in full gear. And there's 5 games for high school football in the month of October because they had the first one on October 1st. So 1st, 8th, 15th, 22nd, 29th are in that configuration. That's a 2-yard loss. That's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down, and now looks like 7 yards to go.
Yeah.
Clock moving down to 10:20 to go. And see, they're running a lot of plays too, and that's taking a lot of time off the clock. Got a deep man back for Snohomish as Mountlake Terrace is going to go with the punt formation. And Snohomish in the red uniforms with the white helmets, and Mountlake Terrace all whites from top to bottom with the red trim and numbers and letters. That's going to sail out of bounds, and Snohomish once again will have very good field position. Tough night for the Seahawks last night. Tough news today. Russell Wilson with surgery for his middle finger on his throwing hand, and he's expected to be out 6 to 8 weeks. That is a big blow right there.
Real big blow for their team.
Now Snohomish is going to have it at the 47-yard line of Mountlake Terrace. They get set to go with their 4th drive of the game, and let's see what they can put together this time around. They look menacing to those red uniforms. 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Look at this, to the air.
Oh.
Just overthrows his intended receiver that time, Wyatt Doran. So that's going to be an incompletion. It looked good, though. It was fun to watch develop. I think that's one of the things, too, that over time, you, especially at our vantage point, as you watch plays coming together exactly if they're going to work or not, just to see them in the formation lineup. Yeah. Handoff, that's looking good for Snohomish right there. He keeps going. Vandergrind keeps finding a way. He grinds it out down to the 33-yard line from the 47, so a 14-yard gain for him. He's now got a total of 3 carries for 16 yards, and the Panthers get another first down. That would be number 5 for them. Now, a bit of a different look here, Scott, with the 3 wide to the left side. There's Vandergrind again. He's finding his groove now once they're working him more into the offense.
Yeah, they just ran a little counter tray play there where they bring the guard and the tackle from the backside and just let him run through.
Got a good gain that time. Now let's see where they spotted him. It's very close to a first down.
Oh, they gave it to him.
Did they give it to him? They
Yep.
did. They just did. Okay.
Moving the sticks.
Now Panthers getting further and further down the way there. Now 26 yards for Vandergrind, and that's going to go to the left side. Mason Orgel gets it for the Panthers. Panthers showing a very balanced attack. How do they look up front to you?
They're good. I mean, they do a great job. I mean, the great thing about the spread offense, the defense can only put so many guys in line of scrimmage, so you just got to block the 5 that are near you.
4 on that last play, and once again, it's going to be handoff over towards the right side for the Snohomish Panthers. Vandergrind had the carry that time. As Hammer hands it off, Vandergrind goes right over to the off, just looks like a gap over there on that far side, and so he's going to get a total of 6 yards on the play, 7 yards. Okay, reverse that time, going the other direction. Vandergrind towards the end zone, and there's penalty flags in the backfield right around the 10-yard line. There's 2 penalty flags out there. You see anything, Scott?
I think it's holding. I think
it is holding.
Yeah, the kid's
that'll bring it back. So that's the second penalty in the game, the first against Snohomish.
Yeah, unfortunately, when the receiver puts his hands out like trying to explain what he was doing, the ref usually doesn't want to follow his guide.
Exactly. There we go. 8:18 left to go, second quarter here on STSPN.com. And a close one so far. Snohomish scored with 7:36 to go in the first quarter, and that's what we've seen so far. That's almost 12 minutes of game ago. Well, I like it closer. That makes it more fun for us, and Mountlake Terrace staying in there. And they don't have a huge roster turnout. You look across the other side of the field there. There's Hammer.
Little screen pass.
And he's got the screen to Vandergran and gets it done.
Yeah.
That's a 20-yard touchdown play. 8:09 to go here in the second quarter. And the Panthers get it done.
Yeah, really well executed play. They let the Mountlake Terrace come through. A lot of guys able to just let them be the guides down the sideline for the touchdown. Good call.
So there he goes, 5 for 10 in passing, and the extra point attempt coming up. They went for 2 last time, and they're looking over to the sideline this time. And I've seen Hammer; he's got a strong leg, and kind of wonder if they're going. They're going to go for 2 again. They want to get it up to 14. So you've got Hammer just stepping back there in the shotgun position. High snap. Vandergran gets the handoff. He's heading to the end zone. And he is in for the 2 points. That's a smart move right there. And the Panthers are like they didn't miss any extra points.
Yep.
14-0. Let's take a break. 8:09 left to go in the second quarter, and Snohomish is leading Mountlake Terrace 14-0 on STSPN.com.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
We're back live, and a special thank you to Gene Johnson Plumbing and Heating. Gene SuperTex, clean, on-time, professional, super dependable, and you bet clean with the pandemic's been going on. They wear shoe covers and everything. Todd's son works for Gene Johnson. He can tell you exactly how well they take care of your plumbing needs, residential or commercial. Kickoff coming up for Snohomish.
What they say is they hope you don't need them.
Yeah.
But if they do. But if you do.
Chances are over a course of time you're going to. That's going to be taken at the 13-yard line. Oh,
Great
look
job.
at this return right here. Nice job. Bringing it up forward is Carter Shoemaker. And he's getting a really nice run. And that's the kind of thing that they need to stay competitive in this game, is getting a good field position, and if they can string something together. Again, some ifs in there.
Yeah, they're, understanding the game plan from Mountlake Terrace. Shorten the game. Try to stay close. And
We got a player down out there. Why don't we take a quick break right here if we can, and we'll come back. Hopefully nothing serious out there as the Mountlake Terrace player is down on STSPN.com. Yeah.
I thought it was the other way.
Welcome back, and a special thank you to Sally Petty, the agent for American Family Insurance. All your protection under one roof, 360-794-5404. One of the great sponsors here. And you got a game on over here, too. A couple of outstanding teams. Eastside Catholic against O'Day.
Yep.
And it's 14-0. Eastside Catholic leading O'Day. And that's in the second quarter with 9:43 left. Boy, A lot of those players know each other, too.
Yeah.
There's going to be a loss that time of a couple of yards. Is not easy sledding that time.
Yeah, they got
Jones carrying the football and didn't really get anything. He's got now 5 carries for 19 yards and 7:30 to go in the second quarter. This one moving right along, too.
Cascade 13, Stanwood 8 at the end of one.
Okay. Taking it straight up the middle that time. Got a little bit of a gap there, and at that time it was Jones. And this time he gets, looks like about 5 yards on the play.
Yeah,
Would you see that kind of helped him a little bit? I mean, he's strong for one thing, but also some help up front there from the line.
Yeah, they're doing a little work with the tight end and bringing him across and using him as an extra blocker and trying to get that stuff accomplished. I think what Todd said, so many guys in the box, it's hard for them to run their play action pass stuff, which is, I think, what they're really trying to set up.
Taken down right away.
Yeah.
Nothing happening right there for Mountlake Terrace. If people who are not familiar with the area, we're up here in Snohomish County, which is, about 25-ish miles away from Seattle. Maybe a little bit more. And then Mountlake Terrace is kind of right smack dab between Seattle and here.
Absolutely.
Off of Interstate 5. So now we got a 4th down and 9.
Yeah, the first time I came here to Snohomish, literally when you're coming down into the valley, you look up and there's only one light on. It's at the high school.
Yeah, and and that's it. As you're coming in, you definitely look for the lights. And that's a special feeling, too. So, starting and going back, you were talking about Monty Kohler, and you were coaching for him, is that right?
Yes.
At O'Day, and you left there in 89. He's been there a long time.
35 years.
35 years. So he started in, 86?
Yes.
Okay, so he started in 86, and he's the AD there, too, right?
Yes, he is.
I mean, that guy, he's had a great long string of success right there, and he's got to be up high on the victory ladder.
He's the all-time.
So he passed Sid Otten?
Yes, he did.
Oh, my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And, of course, Dick Armstrong, who was here, had 272.
Yeah.
And Terry Ennis across the way. Oh, look at this run right here.
Oh,
that is the Vandergrind. He is going to Vandergrind it out. He's got the touchdown. That's a 60-yard run for Josh Vandergrind. 60 yards. And how about that? Touchdown Snohomish. 5:38 to go. And we are in the second quarter as they now start to pull away. A 60-yard run, and he's quick. He's got great, and I noticed that. I've seen him before this year, but a couple weeks ago, he and Larson were just tearing it up.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of some shake to him, and he's got that quickness.
Yeah. And also, there had to be some opportunities up front, too, to get him loose.
Oh, yeah. They run off that right side, so I think that's where their strength is, where their linemen are.
He's going to attempt the extra point. It is up, and it is good.
Yeah, he's one of those kind of kids at halftime, you just put him on the bench and don't say much to him, give him a lot of water.
Yeah, that's right. So we are at 5:38 to go in the second quarter. Snohomish has bumped it up to a 21-0 lead as they've outscored Mountlake Terrace 15-0 so far, just a little over halfway through the second quarter. And why don't we spin to a break real quick, and then we're going to be back with more.
You can almost smell those fresh ground beans. Airfield Espresso at Harvey Field has been serving delicious cups of gourmet happiness for over 25 years. Excellent service and lasting relationships is their top priority. Stop in and experience the kindness and joy that exude from this special place, one cup at a time.
Welcome back again. Thanks to Airfield Espresso for all the great things they do. And Todd, I understand you had a hand maybe just observing when they just repaved the airfield over there.
Yeah, we were filming that whole thing. It's a pretty incredible process. 20, 30 dump trucks out there putting the asphalt down?
Yeah, it looked beautiful on the drive in.
Yeah, they have one layer to go.
Oh, so they have more to go down. Okay. Nice return. Look at this. Oh, he keeps spinning and gets close to midfield. That guy carrying the football is Sam Howe. He is a 5'11", 145-pound senior. So it gives Mountlake Terrace good position. But again, they're down 21-0, and we'll have it at their own 48-yard line to start this drive. So, yeah, how many layers did they put down for that, or did they?
They put 2, but it's a special mix. The first layer is a little bit more coarse. The next lift will be a little bit more fine, but it has to all be approved by the FAA before they can put it down. So.
Oh, wow. Okay. First down, 10 yards to go. Tell you what, you learn a lot on these broadcasts, right? Even how to pave an airfield. It's just one-stop shopping, really. There's a penalty flag on the field. So you were filming that then? Or videoing it?
Because they're going to do a special documentary about how you put the runway down.
Wow.
Incredible.
Because it's all, the last time it was paved was 1980, and now there's a whole lot of changes gone since then, and it's they use a laser, and it's perfectly straight, and there's a whole bunch of stuff.
Isn't that something? And, of course, legendary Harvey Field here in Snohomish. So much activity goes on around there with the hot air balloons and the planes themselves, and, of course, the Buzz Inn is out there, and Airfield Espresso.
Nothing doing.
Nothing doing there.
Snohomish is bringing the house. They're bringing the inside linebackers now. And just
they're putting the hammer down now, aren't they? Just saying, okay, let's get this done. And we do want to look, not that you want to suddenly look far ahead or what's going on, but you kind of do as into what they have coming up, too, and we'll take a peek at that coming up. But now it's looking at a second down, 7 yards to go for Mountlake Terrace. Also want to mention who the officials are tonight. Dean Corcoran, certainly a longtime veteran. He's the referee. David Sather is the umpire. Linesman is Mike Dolly. Line judge, Cam Wilson. And the back judge is Ken Mays. Those are your officials for tonight.
Well, we need to also really commend and thank those guys for doing the thing. As we all know, there's a shortage of refs nationwide, so appreciate what they do.
In fact, we'll run the ref ad right now.
Let's do it. And so, folks, we do want to mention Adrenaline Fundraising. They will sponsor our selection of the player of the game. And were they getting a T-shirt or sweatshirt? What are they getting there?
Don't be giving away the sweatshirts now. A T-shirt.
T-shirt.
But, I'd like to do some sweatshirts, but I usually do those later in the season when we go into the playoffs.
Okay. Very high quality
KRKO's
T-shirt.
Probably giving away a sweatshirt, but
I don't think so.
They get them given to them, so.
And you do a great job of printing those up in high-quality fibers as material.
I got to bust them a little bit over there.
Oh, yeah, a little teasing. We have second down and 7 yards to go. Into the air, nice pass. That's his first completion of the game, and there it goes down to Landon Woolley. Woolley getting it done from the 49-yard line.
Ooh, that was my fault.
To the 14-yard line, 37 yards.
I think that was kind of the game plan, what they wanted to do, just run, and then pass. When they came you make something happen. That was a nice throw and catch.
Really worked out well. So he comes through with a 37-yard pass play. And he needed that one to have that one to the bank. 1 for 2 in passing. And 4:08 to go. Oops.
Yeah, it seems like Snohomish kids are getting off on the count pretty good. A little early there.
Well, we didn't see the back move at all.
That's an offside call against Snohomish. 3 penalties for 15 yards. .405 to go in the second quarter. Panthers getting on top 6-0. in the first quarter, and then they've scored 15 points here in the second quarter. Thanks for being with us. And Todd, who do you got next Friday?
Glacier Peak and Glacier Peak and I think North Creek.
North Creek out of Kinko. That's the school in the Bothell area in the North Shore School District. They're only like 3 years old, 3 or 4 years old. And carrying the football straight ahead this time is the quarterback, Cole Waldrop Leathers. And not much right there, so he's going to pick up like 2 yards.
Yeah, Cooper Jensen from Glacier Peak just did a verbal to Oregon State this week.
Oh, very nice. And that program is doing all right.
Yeah.
Cougs got them this week. They beat the Huskies last week. I have a hunch. You've been down there and actually coached? Well, you would have for the Huskies down there.
Yep.
That's a great campus.
Very good.
Corvallis.
Yeah.
That's a fun place. All right, here we go. Second down, 4 yards to go. Ball is at the 8-yard line, so it is a chance for Mountlake Terrace to try to get on the scoreboard finally. Play action.
Wow.
Ooh, look out. He loses the football. Big loss this time. That's too bad. Snohomish, though, they scooted right in there and got him by the ankles.
Yeah.
See who got that tackle.
That Ulrich.
So the ball back to the 17-yard line.
It's that Braden Ulrich.
Good hustle right there and really reading the play situation.
They're covering up the center and the 2 guards and just letting guys run to.
You start to see here now where the clock is becoming a factor to try to get something on the board because they're taking plenty of time right here too as we quick to under 2:10 to go in the second quarter, and they're down 13. All right, near hash mark. Can they make something happen? Now, they have called 2 timeouts prior to this. And let's see, they calling another one?
They jumped off sides.
Jumped off sides. That's going to go against Snohomish. Now, officially, that is 3 now. So 15 yards and penalties. That helps them out. Moves it up to 3rd down and 8 yards to go from the 13-yard line. And Snohomish just got to kind of key down a little bit.
Yeah.
Not bad out. According to the major, wonderful display we have in here, 60 degrees outside. Todd, that's another new toy that we got fluorescent lighting. We got black lights in here.
You like that?
I'm just waiting for the lava lamp to show up.
Hey, look off there in the distance. You can see the Royal, what's it called, the Royalty Court or the...
Yeah, the royalty for the homecoming. We got a timeout on the field. Looks like Snohomish called that one. 1:41 to go, second quarter. Panthers up 21-0. But there is Mountlake Terrace knocking on the door. We'll take a timeout and be back with more.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Okay, we are back here at Snohomish High School. 1:41 to go in the second quarter, and it's 3rd down, 8 yards to go. The ball is at the 13-yard line for Mountlake Terrace. Play action. And, oh, wow, looking out. He's going to try to get out of trouble right there. Puts it in the air. And that is simply an incomplete pass. A lot of motion going on with that, Scott, but it turns out to be an incompletion.
Yeah, I think if he would have thrown it on the first time instead of bringing it down, he may have been changed.
Yeah.
But a little pressure there from the defensive end from that Snohomish.
So now, first of all, and we'll get to this as we go along because obviously we're at a crucial point of the game here, but just kind of talking about your background and some of the things you work with in your coaching background and positions and stuff. So we've got a quarterback, Waldrop Leathers. When you How did you get from the high school ranks to the University of Washington to coach for the legendary Coach Don James, the Dogfather?
Well, the inside scoop story, to be quite frank and honest with you, I was friends with Coach Lambright, and he's the one that said, yeah, come on.
That's awesome.
So just you ask, and if you're willing to literally give away your life for 2 years, then they'll take you.
Yeah, and that's what. Yeah, I mean, when you look at all the film breakdown and everything along those lines, and that's when they were doing film.
Yep.
Of course, now it's more the video side of things, but still, the amount of time that is involved. Although it might have been some video stuff then too.
Yep.
I would think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you have to.
Definitely in the early '90s,
Yep.
or in the mid '90s, absolutely. So that's going to be a 5-yard backup on that play, on that penalty. So carrying the football. Oh, he's not. And a big fumble. Look out. This could be trouble. It's going to go out of bounds. And once again, Cole Waldrop Leathers just crunched and loses the ball. He's had 3 fumbles so far in this game. And, I mean, Snohomish is just putting so much heat on back there. He probably feels a little bit like Russell Wilson with that offensive line.
Yeah, that was
not
the way you drew it up. That's for sure.
That's right. 1:24 to go in the first half, and Snohomish will get the football. They take over. They're going to have it at their own 38-yard line. Let's see what they do.
He's lined up. There he goes.
Swings one out to the left side. Vandergrind with the carry to the 40, 45. Forward, breaks loose. This guy's tough to bring down.
Yeah, he is.
So they start at the 38, and they get it out to the 47, so a 9-yard gain. And it just keeps working.
Yep. It's the beauty of the RPO with no huddle stuff. You just line up and go.
Yeah, it's just very quick, and Snohomish again, hammered, dropping back, looking around, plenty of time, throwing across the middle. Good catch right there by Orgill. Orgill's had a strong first half, and he's got a first down. So on that second down play, it was a second down and a yard to go. They needed to get to the 48-yard line of Snohomish. They get it to the 40, and so that is a 13-yard gain. First and 10 at the 40. Here we go. Look out. Hammer
down.
Gets hammered. He's going down. So that's a nice step for the defense for Mountlake Terrace. Coming through that time for the Hawks was Logan Hansen, a 6'2", 205-pound sophomore. A sophomore, and putting on that nice kind of pressure. And 23 seconds now left. Second down. That's a big loss right there.
Yeah, it sounds like Mountlake Terrace got a lot of young kids playing for him, so that's good for the future.
Yeah, it is. Obviously not a huge roster at this point, and we were talking about how, and now Snohomish taking a timeout. We'll just keep it here this close to the end of the first half. But, with parents being concerned about the physical nature of football, the turnouts are down.
Absolutely. It's not a good thing, to be quite frank and honest with you. It's from all the way little leagues all the way up. And what I do now, working with Atavus rugby-style tackling, we know the numbers, and it's not good. So we need to answer those questions for the moms to let the kids play, and we need to reinvigorate the sport. And what Todd does here with giving coverage to kids in high school is always a big help.
And that's just it right there, is making sure we get as much coverage as possible to show you that, hey, they'll be okay when they're out there with the right type of tackling and safety measures that have really come into gear the last 10 years or so. There's a screen over on the far right side, and making the catch that time, Vandergrind. And he's got a decent game from the 49-yard line. They had a long ways to go.
Yeah, another quick timeout.
Snohomish is going to burn their final timeout, so why don't we take a quick one, too. 12 seconds left here in the first half, and it is Snohomish leading 21-0.
Tyler and Matt, Waterlines.
Hey, how you doing? We're here in the U District on a Thursday, replacing all the buried galvanized that's in the line.
Each of our homes depend upon their connection to water and sewer.
Hey, we're under the porch, putting in all new PEX, replacing all the galvanized, including the hose bib.
Over time, these lines age, change, and break down.
We're making our last connection. Matt's capping an old galvanized water line. and we should be done for the day.
Our waterline team can help to make sure your connection runs smooth, healthy, and clean.
Here you go.
Here we go. 12 seconds left. And Snohomish at third down, 7 yards to go. The ball is at the 37-yard line of Mountlake Terrace. If you're Snohomish here, what type of play do you try to run? I mean, they've got a lot of weapons.
Yeah, I tried to get it to. I think they're going to go for a pass from the top of the field, to be honest with you right now, and try to get it to 28.
There he goes. Oh, picked off. Watch out for this. You don't want to set the tone for the second half. Is coming through.
Already a flag.
Oh, flag.
There is a flag in there, and that is Logan Dews with the interception. 5'9", 165-pound sophomore. Get another one of those young players. We do have a flag on the play. There's 0 on the clock right now. Let's just see where they stretch this out, what they're going to do here. A good hustle and positioning to be able to pick that off. It's going to go against Mountlake Terrace. It's declined. And we're at halftime.
Yep.
So at halftime, Snohomish leading 21-0. They led 6-0 at the end of the first half. It'll be an extended break for us because of homecoming here, as they do that here at Snohomish. And so they got 20 up on the clock. We'll be back probably in about 18 minutes or so, roughly, to get things set for the second half. And thanks for being with us on STSPN.com.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
Lane Watkins, 6'5", 230, O-line, D-line.
Kaiden Gaffney, 6'1", 170, wide receiver and linebacker.
Connor Johnson, 5'11", 185, wide receiver, linebacker.
I'm Manny Flores, 6 foot, 210 pounds, and I'm a left end and left guard.
Brady Norwich, 6 foot, 200 pounds, linebacker.
Brady Learman, 6'6", 295 pounds, O-lineman, D-lineman.
Joshua Vandergrind, 5'8", 170, running back.
Skylar Lloyd, 6'4", 310, left guard.
Austin Heeman, 6 foot, 260, defensive line.
Kyle Hansen, 5'10", 150, wide receiver.
So what we've done is they've offered the drawing to be entered in this Bronco right here if you don't have any driving or moving infractions while you've had your license. Now, at the purpose of the day, we drew out of a bucket of about 150 applications, and we are now down to 5 finalists, which you are seeing right here. And it's real easy.
Hot summers in Snohomish County lead to homeowners taking steps earlier each year to keep their home comfortable. If you're thinking about air conditioning for your home, now is the perfect time. Air conditioning costs hundreds less when installed with a new furnace. If you're unsure about the age or dependability of your home comfort system, our consultants will help you determine the best solution. Our experienced technicians make sure our customers are comfortable by keeping their heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical systems working well. But we believe comfort is more than that. We want you to have a comfortable buying experience, to be comfortable with our technicians working in your home, and on top of that, getting a value you're comfortable with.
Lane Watkins, 6'5", 230.
art classes all 4 years. She is very passionate about her academics at SHS. In the future, McKenna plans to receive her bachelor's degree and major in business and study interior design at a 4-year college. She plans on one day having her own company and traveling, fulfilling her dreams. She is joined by her parents, Jen Campbell and John Emery. McKenna Emery is escorted by Karen Taylor. Next up is Princess Ruthie Hammer. Ruthie has been involved in ladies' speed club, German club, track, senior captain for varsity soccer, league crew, and senate. After high school, Ruthie plans on attending a 4-year university while studying something in medicine and studying abroad. She is joined by her parents, Aaron and Anjanette Hammer. Ruthie Hammer, escorted by Logan McDonald. Next up, Princess Paige Erickson. Paige has been involved in soccer, tennis, ASB, and Senate. After high school, Paige hopes to go to college outside of Washington, either Baylor, Clemson, or Colorado Springs. There she will be undergrad in psychology and then go on to pre-law. After college, she hopes to become a lawyer. She is joined by her parents, Mark and Carrie Erickson. Paige Erickson, escorted by Sawyer Gray. Next up is Princess Stella Putnam. While at SHS, Stella has been a 4-year varsity swimmer and current swim team captain. She also is involved in Kindness Club, National Honor Society, Panther Pals, Lake Crew, and is also first ASB secretary. After high school, Stella will be attending Grand Canyon University in Phoenix, Arizona, to pursue a career in nursing. In 5 years, she hopes to be back living in Snohomish and serving her community as a nurse. She is joined by her parents, Marvin and Lori Putnam. Stella Putnam, escorted by Kate. Next up is Princess Aucutt Hamilton. For years, Aucutt has been involved in basketball, volleyball, and tennis for Snohomish. In addition, she has also been a part of DECA, German Club, Ski Club, and Link Club. After graduating high school, Aucutt plans on attending a 4-year university and eventually studying abroad in Europe. She plans on traveling and finding a fulfilling job that is in line with her passions. She is joined by her parents, Sam and Louise Hanson. Aucutt Hanson, escorted by Evan Roberts. Next up, we have Princess Gloria Santi. During Gloria's time here at Snohomish, she has been involved in ASB, Cheer, Diversity Club, Beach Club, Lake Crew, Camper House, and track for 3 days before COVID shut it down. So she likes to think she's a track star. Gloria's plans after high school are to attend a 4-year university to study political science and equity studies. She is joined by her parents, Patrick and Shelley Santi. Gloria Santi, escorted by Dylan Schwartzman. Next up, we have Princess Ruby Johnson. Ruby has been involved in track, German Club, Environmental Club, Panther Pals, Theater, Panther Band, Wind Ensemble, After high school, she plans to go to community college, figure out what she would like to major in, and then possibly transfer to the University of Washington or Western. She is joined by her parents, Brian and Melissa Johnson. Ruby Johnson, escorted by Jackson Stone. Next up is Princess Katie Stern. During Katie's 4 years at SHS, she has been involved in ASB leadership, Wing Crew, Panther House, Chinese Club, varsity volleyball, varsity tennis, and is currently a senior class officer. In the future, Katie would like to attend a 4-year university, most likely WSU or Boise State with an undecided major. She is joined by her parents, Scott and Chrissy Stern. Katie Stern, escorted by Brian Carlson. Next up, Princess Francie Welker. At Snohomish High, Francie has been involved in cross-country, track, jazz band, marching band, wind ensemble, theater, DECA, and other clubs. After high school, she plans to get a 4-year degree in business and then be an international flight attendant, preferably for Emirates. She is joined by her parents, Kent and Lori Roberts, Francie Welker, escorted by Andrew Lynn. And now, your homecoming queen of 2021, Todd Benema. During Tommy's time here at Snohomish, she has been involved in jazz band, panther band, and wind ensemble. She also did track and field for the first 2 years and loved it a lot. After high school, she wants to attend a 4-year university, majoring in marine biology. After college, she would love to be working in or around the ocean, focusing on protecting endangered marine life. She is joined by her parents, James Benema and Elena Pullen Benema. Conduit Benema, escorted by Acacia Williams. And now it is time to say a few words.
Hi everyone. As you know, my name is Conduit Benema, and I'm so happy to have this opportunity. I want to thank every student and teacher here tonight, as well as the families that came to support us. I also want to thank my family and friends who helped me and have my back these past 4 years, and especially those who wrote the whole speech for me. I promise they helped me a little bit. I wrote this one. One of my favorite things about Snohomish High School is our sense of community. Most people are going to hear high school and conjure up images of cliques, division, and kids being shoved into lockers. I did get into one voluntarily once, but that's a totally different story. And no way can I speak for the experiences of everyone in school, but these 4 years have had a wonderful life in me. Little things that I've seen in the hallways, I just see someone with accepting smile like alcohol. The past year has been full of people and unknowns. Everyone I found story about hurting people, and no one has the same experience. No matter what we've all been through, I'm so proud of us becoming together as a school community. This time during lockdown also allowed us to pause our daily everyday lives and recognize how much our brain, how much work our town has put in. While we've been making progress in recent times, many minorities in Snohomish I'm so happy that I've had the opportunity to be part of this community since I was young. The people of this store are kind of like my second family. I see such a bright future just how I and people, and I'm so honored to be part of a community that is always looking forward. Thank you for coming out tonight, and go Panthers.
Technicians and apprentices. Working together, learning together, masters of the craft, passing on their skills and knowledge for the trade.
I'm Gene Jr., and we are growing fast. As one of the senior techs, I really enjoy sharing and teaching, really because I'm selfish and it makes me feel good.
Getting paid to teach and learn valuable skills that can support your life, family, and dreams.
Hi, I'm Renee. I'm an apprentice, and I like to learn from all these different plumbers. I want to be a plumber to provide a good lifestyle for myself and for my future dreams.
You can almost smell those fresh ground beans. Airfield Espresso at Harvey Field has been serving delicious cups of gourmet happiness for over 25 years. Excellent service and lasting relationships is their top priority. Stop in and experience the kindness and joy that exude from this special place, one cup at a time. Hot summers in Snohomish County lead to homeowners taking steps earlier each year to keep their home comfortable. If you're thinking about air conditioning for your home, now is the perfect time. Air conditioning costs hundreds less when installed with a new furnace. If you're unsure about the age or dependability of your home comfort system, our consultants will help you determine the best solution. Our experienced technicians make sure our customers are comfortable by keeping their heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical systems working well. But we believe comfort is more than that. We want you to have a comfortable buying experience, to be comfortable with our technicians working in your home, and on top of that, getting a value you're comfortable with.
Fred's Rivertown Ale House was established in July of 1994 and is located at 1114 First Street in historic downtown Snohomish. Each time you visit the ale house, you may expect to find new beers and new food choices. Fred's Rivertown Ale House is well known throughout the beer community. Oftentimes, we are the first choice for breweries to introduce new beers, limited or specialty beers, and beers you just won't find anyplace else. At Fred's, we like to say that once we get you through the front door, our friendly service, relaxed family atmosphere, and our quality food and beverages will keep you coming back.
We are live at Snohomish High School. You see the aerial shot there as Todd has a great time with that drone that he had. More than one, I think. A couple years ago, about 2.5 years ago. Remember we had all that snow and everything? We were over at, we did a doubleheader. We were here for the morning game, and then we went over to Marysville-Pilchuck for an afternoon. It was basketball, and so in between, I'm out there, and he's out there with his drone. Just got the biggest smile on his face, getting these great aerial shots at Marysville-Pilchuck High School. There was a person truly in his own zone right there, and I can see why, because it was pretty cool watching him shoot that, and then to see what he came up with once he had it all put together. That's a fun toy right there.
Well, we had that ready for the game.
We did. We had it ready for the game. That's right.
Playoff game.
Yeah. So it was, and it's just fully licensed. I want to make sure that's out there. So we're here at halftime, and actually we've got our score. What?
Insured.
And insured. That's right. And licensed, bonded, and insured. Snohomish is leading Mountlake Terrace, as you see on your screen, 21-0. They just did the full homecoming court presentation, an outstanding performance out there with the fireworks as well to wrap things up. And I'm Mark Aucutt with Scott Liago, as well as Todd Elvig, Debbie Larson, and Sarah Elvig. Debbie and Sarah on the cameras tonight, so we're liking what we're seeing with their work with that. And Scott, okay, you're Mountlake Terrace, you're down 21-0. You got about a minute and a half to get prepared for the second half. What do? You're going to get the ball to start with.
Well, yeah, it's probably reconsider the game plan. I think obviously you need to get 7 quickly to change the tone of the game.
Yeah.
And have a chance. And on the converse, obviously Snohomish was trying to end it right before the half, trying to make it 28-0, and probably take the life out of Mountlake Terrace. So if you're Mountlake Terrace, I don't know if the game plan to be in tight and try to run the ball and behind that big back, the sophomore, is the way to go. I maybe try to spread the field maybe a little bit and try to hit something long and deep and score quickly. I think that's the chance and the opportunity you get. But
take it one score at a time, I suppose.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It suddenly became you get a TD, then it becomes a 14-point game, and you just mentally grind yourself back in. But the problem is, we've seen with Snohomish and what Mountlake Terrace has to deal with is that Snohomish has made some really nice big plays.
Yeah, absolutely. Their little back has done a nice job, and the lefty quarterback makes enough plays, and Mountlake Terrace got out of that single or no safety in the middle of the field, so Snohomish wasn't able to take advantage of it anymore. But we'll see. It'll be a good second half, and Mountlake Terrace, I think, has to have something here in this first drive to make something happen.
Yes, they do. There's no doubt about that. And that first half moved along pretty quickly, as especially when you're running the ball, that clock's going to wind down. And do want to say hi to my mom that is viewing on STSPN.com down in the south end of King County there. And hi, Nettie, and hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast, the webcast here, as We've had a lot of fun just being here, being in this environment, and just looking down. Yeah, there's a lot of people here tonight. There's a big crowd here. It is homecoming. It's Snohomish High School, and you see Adrenaline Fundraising on the screen. And we will have the Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game T-shirt to present, and we'll have an interview hopefully up here with the player of the game. If not, we'll just make sure that they get that. And, it's happy time as we got a couple players back deep for the Mountlake Terrace Hawks, as Snohomish will kick off to start the second half, and we'll see exactly how the Panthers do.
Well,
and Mountlake Terrace does.
Well, Mountlake Terrace looked like it was pretty close to breaking one of those long runs on the kickoff, so maybe that's a quick way to get a 7 and get yourself back in this game. So,
a lot of baseball action going on. The Red Sox defeating Tampa Bay 14-6 to even their series out. Also, the Astros took a 2-0 lead with a 9-4 victory. And we got over here, too. We got football on the other screen you got over here as Eastside Catholic is leading O'Day 14-7 just in the start of the third quarter there. So they're pretty much parallel with us.
Yep.
There's the kickoff, and one of the up men taking it for Mountlake Terrace. He's going to go down and right around the 32-yard line. So welcome to the second half. Here we go, third quarter action. Also the Brewers with a 2-1 victory over the Atlanta Braves. They lead that series 1-0. Astros with the 9-4 win over the White Sox, so they're up 2-0. And the Giants at last check were leading in the sixth inning by a score of 2-0 against the Los Angeles Dodgers. What a series that is. That goes back to Brooklyn and New York. Here we go. First down, 10 yards to go from Mountlake Terrace. Let's see what kind of statement they can make coming out the gate here with that extended halftime, too. There's a nice pass out to the left side and going to be shut down right away.
Yeah, I think adjustment by halftime with the Mountlake Terrace coaches is to spread the field a little bit, get that Snohomish defense spread out a little bit, play the field, because they were really crowding the line, shooting the gaps and taking chances and getting some tackles for loss in the first half.
Yeah, 2-yard gain that time. 2 for 4 in passing is Cole Waldrop Leathers. Wearing number 4 on his uniform. He is a senior at 5'11", 175 pounds. He has been their quarterback throughout this one, 3 wide to the right. And again, they got that I formation. It'll be the second man getting the handoff that time. That is going to be Xavier Jones, the sophomore, who's had some impressive runs here so far in the game. And that's going to be a first down. He's going to take it out to the 44-yard line. I have him at 35 yards.
Yeah, nice little run.
8 carries.
Started on the strong side and cut it back to the weak side.
So you got first down for Mountlake Terrace. I think that's 3 for them now.
Yes.
3 first downs for Mountlake Terrace as they are at their own 44-yard line, and Snohomish sets up. That's going to be pretty much straight up the middle. That's going to be a handoff this time to Bresser, who isn't going to get too much on that. He's going to get, looks like, almost 3 yards on that play.
Yeah, just trying to sneak the fullback on a quick dive.
Third down, make that second down, 7 yards to go. And again, when you're running the ball like they have been, that clock's going to wind down pretty quickly. And you get a little ways from now, and then it really becomes a factor as we get deeper into the second half of action here at Snohomish. Again, thank you very much to everybody for tuning in. And, it's tight enough in that first half to keep it pretty competitive, and it still is. 21-0 as Mountlake Terrace is knocking on the door to midfield. They've got the ball at their own 47-yard line. They're in the white uniforms. And again, there is Jones with the carry. He's not going to get but 2 yards on it this time around. Now 37 yards in the game for him.
Yeah, he needs to get a little more vertical.
Mm-hmm.
The horizontal runs aren't going to, side to side, aren't going to help him out.
They're down 5 yards to go.
Well, the linemen are going to have to, when they run those 3 out to the right, they were not following the run.
Yeah.
They're going to have to make a little bit better push than that.
Again, thank you to our great sponsors, Washington Officials Association, and we encourage you to get involved with sports. If you're not playing it or coaching it, think about becoming an official. They definitely need more people. Get them out there, and they'll get you all trained and scheduled and involved in this great stuff that we really enjoy out here with various types of high school sports. That's going to be way outside and an incompletion. They'll bring up 4th down now.
Yeah, the way Snohomish plays their defensive ends, that's tough for them to get outside and make that. And plus, he's a right-handed quarterback going to his left, and to turn to play on his feet is really hard.
So what was your, as far as expertise, you've obviously been a head coach, but what was would you consider to be your strength on coaching as to, or what you liked the most as far as positions were concerned?
Well, I started, when I was with Coach Kohler, I started off as tight ends and ended up being the offensive line coach. And that's where I got my bread and butter. And when I was at Washington, I was a GA for Coach James on the offensive line. And then last year's, I was doing defensive backs.
Wow, okay. 4th down, 5 yards to go. Mountlake Terrace is going to go for it.
They sniffed out the screen the other way.
Not going to get it, as he's going to end up getting pretty much back to where he began that time, and Snohomish is going to take over on downs. And again, they're going to have great field position. So you saw quite a bit of variety there. Offensive line, defensive backs, and of course, having been a head coach, and you got to know how all the instruments in the orchestra work.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, I did it, to be honest with you, on purpose, because I wanted to coach the two positions that have to take the most orchestrating, as they say.
Yeah. 1st down, 10 yards to go, and we got a handoff straight up the middle of Vandergrind. He might have this one. He's busting loose. Look out. He's got another big run for a touchdown. That is 49 yards this time around. No doubt about it. 8:33 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and he scores another big touchdown. Just on those 2 touchdown runs, he's got 109 yards, and the last 2 touchdowns for Snohomish, and boy, that really makes a statement as they get that with 8:33 to go, and the extra point would make it a 4-touchdown, officially full 4-touchdown lead.
Yeah, he's got a little giddy up in him, which is great.
He does. Now there's a guy, and again, not a big guy, and 5'8", 170 pounds, but he is lightning quick. And another thing that helps with that is seeing the field well.
Absolutely.
Having that vision. There's the kick coming up, and it is good. So Snohomish has got it up to a 28-0 lead, and we're going to take a timeout. 8:33 to go. We are in the 3rd quarter. It's 8:31 at night. It's 8:33 to go. Pretty close. And we'll be back. By the time we get back, it'll be 8:33. We'll be back with more. Stay tuned.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
We are back live here. I want to thank McDaniel's Do-It Center there for being a sponsor right from the beginning with Todd, 12 years. And what a full assortment of items, merchandise they have there. No matter, you walk and go through there, and it is just loaded in pretty much every need you, not just hardware, but
you know what we like over there.
Yes, we do. And they got a lot of great, yes, with those big green eggs for barbecuing. You better believe it. And we saw the Traegers there, too. There is, trouble on the kickoff.
Oh, he got it.
He did end up getting the football. So Mountlake Terrace is going to have it. They'll get started at, looks like, about the 16-yard line. This will be their second possession of the second half. And they moved it, got a good return to get things going in the start of the half here. And then it just ended up not going their direction as they had to turn it over on downs. And now Snohomish setting up defensively. You see the big lead, 28-0 against Snohomish. Lost last week after having built up some momentum for a couple of weeks. They lost last week 40-6 to a very good Lake Stevens team. And you got the quarterback for the Mountlake Terrace Hawks trying to get things going here. There he goes to Jones. Jones with a good quality run. He's able to stack some yardage onto his total.
Yeah, he's a good little runner. I wish he had a little more juice in him. opposite of the running back from Snohomish.
Yeah, and it was the Snohomish running back Vandergrind that brought him down at the end.
Yeah, he can break it. If he had a little Vander in him, he might be able to hit it and go take it to the house.
So we've got second down, 1 yard to go. Just under 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Next week's action featuring Glacier Peak, and again, the opponent, Todd?
North Creek.
North Creek and Glacier Peak. And then, so if you still, this is week number 6. So nice to have football back going in the fall. And, of course, there was some action in the spring, which in itself was unique for football to be going in the spring. But, hey, at least there was activity. We were able to get some other games on with basketball, which was nice. Handoff going over on the right side. Not much to be able to do that time.
Late flag.
Yeah, late flag. And Mountlake Terrace had 3 penalties against him in the first half. Snohomish with a couple. Yeah, it was really interesting. Todd and I did a game at King's for high school basketball. It's going to be a face mask against Snohomish. And that's the second face mask in this game. The other one was against Mountlake Terrace. But we were doing a basketball game at King's on June 19th. High school basketball. But you know what? It felt great. The doors were wide open. It was nice and warm in there. And it was right at just about the beginning of summer.
And they're very accommodating.
Oh, that's a great place to go over there.
We'll be there this winter.
Oh, looking forward to it. It's fun to go in there. And King's is always competitive. 1A school. Wanted to look at the ratings, the rankings for this teams around the area.
Kings is playing at Sultan tonight.
The Sultan Turks and the Kings Knights. Again, referee Dean Corcoran, umpire is David Sather. There's Jones. Jones, some second effort helps him out. And puts a run together of about, looks like 7 yards. So Jones, who's the sophomore at 230 pounds, Scott just doing what he can to kind of barrel ahead and think about keeping this drive alive as he gets it up right to midfield. Second down, 3 yards to go as we're over the halfway point in the third quarter.
Yeah, this is not a shot at my brother and coaches, but Mountlake Terrace has got to try to score quickly here because they're down so much by what the clock running the way it is. And I appreciate trying to stay to the game plan, but trying to get a quick touchdown to make it 28-7 and maybe downside or something. You can do something.
So now the other connection, too, is your stepson is the special teams coach at Penn State.
Yeah.
The Penn State. in Pennsylvania, that one. The Penn State. And that is way cool. I think you had sent me pictures or texted me a couple years ago after we'd worked together about heading back there and seeing the Nittany Lions.
Yeah, I got a chance to go back to
What just happened there?
Well, I thought maybe they were calling a timeout.
Personal foul or?
Huh. There's a timeout called by Mountlake Terrace. 4:52 to go, third
but
quarter.
There's a flag for something.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a quick break and try to sort this one out? You're on STSPN.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Third down, 2 yards to go. Ball is at the 49-yard line of Snohomish. Mountlake Terrace with the football. And Snohomish with the lead, 28-0. I'm Mark Aucutt with Scott Liago, bringing you the action here from Snohomish's Veterans Memorial Stadium. We're talking about Dick Armstrong and all those years he was here. So what's going on? Is it against
Snohomish?
Yeah, it's
It will
sportsmanlike.
be against. Okay, it is unsportsmanlike. A Dick Armstrong statue right out front, and that's going to move it. What a break. A 15-yard penalty.
There must have been a player barking at the ref because I saw there wasn't anything going on the field when he threw that flag.
That's exactly what happened. I think maybe he used some colorful language.
Could have been. First down, 10 yards to go. And do we have the Panthers on how many first? Is that 9 now?
Yes.
9 first downs for the Panthers. That would be Mountlake Terrace first down. So
Yeah, now they're fifth.
Now they're fifth, and Snohomish has 8 of them, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. So that is going to be Xavier Jones again carrying the football. 2 yards. And it is now second down and 8 yards. They have 7 on the board, but that's clearly 8 yards to go.
Well, the thing with Snohomish, they play with their safety so down much farther in the box. If they just hit it, they might be able to score.
I have Jones for 12 carries for 67 yards. 2 wide to the left, running room out to the right side. Jones again.
Flag again.
And there is a flag straight across the middle as Jones just keeps going, carries several Snohomish players with him. And the clock will stop exactly at 4 minutes. Todd loves these stadiums and facilities like this where he can just plug right in and be totally accurate with the clock.
That is correct.
I'm watching the 2 and I'm going, yeah, they're perfect. Right on the money.
Oh, it's coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to go against Mountlake Terrace. So you look at 16 minutes of football to go here with the 4 minutes in the quarter. Holy smokes.
Yeah,
that's got to be a...
That looks like a personal foul, too. So all that worked out for Snohomish is negated the other direction. Now 30 yards in penalties against Mountlake Terrace. One of face max. Now this personal foul, and they've got a long ways to go. They got to get to the 24-yard line. They're at the 47, so they need 23 yards to go. Second down and 23. Though that's just tough when we're kind of building up some momentum, and that's not going to help either. Down he goes, and a big loss. So back from the 47-yard line of Snohomish, that's going to be a 8-yard loss, and third and 32.
Those are usual plays you have on your board, 3rd and 32 calls.
Yeah. Where do you break that down at?
Yeah.
Especially when, they're in the situation they're in, down 28-0, and, trying to do something. That's unfortunate about the personal foul because they were making some good, solid progress. And, as we're sitting there calling the game, obviously at this point it is rather one-sided in Snohomish's favor, but you do like to see the other team be competitive and, make a dent in things.
Absolutely. Oh, boy.
Jones, he's not going to find any room. So that's going to bring up 4th down.
Another flag.
So now we're starting to see more flags, quite a few flags during this stretch. Scott, what do you attribute that to?
Well, unfortunately, sometimes kids can kind of get chippy with each other. Now it looks like the foul against Snohomish.
Start getting a little deeper in it. They're fighting in the trenches and stuff like that. And in your time, too, and having that experience as an offensive line coach and such, what did you do to try to get your players to be able to kind of keep it under control? Because it is, it's football. Games are won in the trenches.
Well, that's the personal foul against Snohomish.
Wow,
so
back it goes.
Yeah, it's just, one of those things you try to, you work with it in practice. Anytime, you have a situation where kids fight each other even in practice.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to stop the whistle and explain to them that you're costing your team 15 yards, chance for you to be thrown out of the game, and you're being selfish.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all it is. And I get it. Kids can, say things back and forth to each other in the game. But you just got to be the higher person, and just you got to have to coach it. As the saying goes, if you allow it, you're not coaching it. So
yeah, that's a good point. But, the way emotions and, certain ages and, it can happen. It does happen because you want that intensity. You want that emotion out there, but you just got to channel it.
You got to leave it in the pile because what happens
That's
is
a
in the
good-
pile, there's a lot of stuff going on in there. And the ones that can't handle it once the pile is off the ground, they're the ones that get the penalty.
Yeah.
Now, the punt actually is going to put Snohomish back a little bit down to their own 23-yard line, it looks like, if that's where they're going to spot it. Actually, 22, it looks like. And so that's where Snohomish will get going. But, again, a very solid lead at 28-0 with 2:12 to go. We are in third quarter action on STSPN.com as the Panthers will set up offensively. Just a fantastic night. Temperature's gone up to 62 degrees from, 60 earlier?
Yep.
So you got to like that.
Well, it might be the fireworks cooling off.
Yeah, that's right. Fireworks at halftime for homecoming across the way. And a bit of a loss on that one of a couple of yards. So second down, 12 yards to go. And, we had a great halftime presentation for homecoming and then the fireworks. And here we are with a minute 40 to go in the third quarter. Snohomish with a second down, 12 yards to go. Oh, he tries to spin out of it. Can't do so. Some creative running that, and he is quick. So you got to get on him right away or he's going to bust loose and get another big gain. He's had 2 major touchdowns. That is Josh Vandergrind, a 5'8", 170-pound senior. And he has definitely caused damage with a 60 and 49-yard touchdown runs in the second and third quarter. Look at this.
Oh.
Gosh. How about that?
Yeah,
from the 22-yard line, just a beautiful completion that time. So that's 29 yards on the play.
Yeah,
he is 9 for 15 in passing. And that, I'm sorry, Todd. So, boy, that's a big one. He had a 26-yarder in the first quarter, too.
Yeah, he was close to hitting it right on the stride. He kid just could have kept on running to the end zone.
Crowd buzzing after that play. You can just feel it in the building here. Second down and 9 yards to go after he just picked up 1 yard on that last play. 3 wide to the left, as you see on your screen, 1 to the right of the quarterback, and then you got a wide out over on the far side. There's a swing pass again. Look at this. Here is Mason Orgill. And Orgill connecting. Those two got a nice combination going. That's going to be a 10-yard pickup. Again, it's just a great combination. We're getting closer to the end of the third quarter with 15 seconds to go, and Snohomish with the football. Plenty of time back there. Orgill, that's one of those where he's taken off before he's got the football, thinking ahead. And it, again, easy thing to do, especially when you're pumped up like that. That's another thing is working with these receivers. There's nothing, one of the peeves I have in football is wide open drops. As a coach, I know that's something that would drive you nuts. There's times it's like, hey, it's right there. You got to make that play. Second down, 10 yards to go. Again, over on that right side, and that is going to be Orgill. It's a little bit.
Yeah, the great thing about, like we talked about earlier in the day, the game is the RPO gives the ball around the field all the places. So when you do get your chance to shine, take advantage of it and get the ball, make a play.
We are through 3 quarters, and Snohomish is up 28-0. We're going to be back with the fourth quarter of action. Stick around. You never know what can happen. Mountlake Terrace gets rolling and can make this a little bit different look out there on the field here as it's homecoming. You see the fans, the students having a great time out here. Stay with us on STSPN.com.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
We are back live here. We got an update on a couple of very good teams, highly ranked there. O'Day ranked number 1 in the state, 14, and Eastside Catholic 14. So they've come back from a 14-0 deficit. And you've got great background from O'Day. What did you say your dad said when you were going to go to school?
Well, my dad was went to O'Day in class of 55, and he said, you got 2 choices to go to high school. You can go to O'Day or O'Day. And so I said, well, go to O'Day, I guess.
Yeah, and Seattle Prep or some of the others were not an option. It was boom, O'Day, there you go. And a tremendous tradition there. Upon, would it be considered Capitol Hill, First Hill?
Well,
or how do you do? Where's the dividing line there?
You hit all 2. The other third one, which we really call it, is called Pill Hill.
Pill Hill,
because there's all the hospitals up there. So
sure.
Yeah.
14-yard gain again. He's got Orgill in his sights. Now 12 for 19 on passing, and Orgill's been his big target for 26, 28, 10, and 14 right there. First down. Here we go. Going to try a little something different this time. Goes over to the left side and finds a different receiver. That's Wyatt Doran, who had a solid play earlier in that first half. Is Snohomish pretty much marching at will right now, Scott?
Yeah, they've got everything going. They got a little run game and a little pass, and got Mountlake Terrace on their heels.
So you played and you played football at O'Day then?
Yep.
And what position did you play in high school?
I played running back and safety.
Awesome. Good combination there.
Squalcom 26, Archbishop Murphy 6. That's the final.
Ooh. 26-6. Archbishop Murphy ranked 10th in the state. Well, probably not after this week.
Linwood 28, Everett 0.
Okay.
That's the final.
Scoreboard sponsored by American Family Insurance, Sally Petty Agency in Monroe. Straight up the middle, that is Hammer. What do you think of Hammer? The way he goes about his business, and it seems like he's got a good head on his shoulder in his approach to the game, and just knows he's very much in command of the. That's what I see. And
yeah,
is that what are your thoughts on him?
I like him a lot. He's like you said, he's under control. He understands the offense. He makes good reads, and he's a lefty, which is different from most high school quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So that changes a little bit of the dynamic.
3 wide left, 1 to the right side. A fake on the handoff. He's going to go to the air, and he's got Orgill again. Orgill spins around out of 1, and while getting closer to the end zone as he took it from the 16-yard line down to the 5. That's another 11 for him. And QB is now 14 for 21, and he's approaching 200 yards. And it's just first and goal. So Snohomish chance to get their 5th touchdown. Go ahead.
11th first down, too. So
yeah.
Moving the chains, doing what they need to do.
Yeah, very methodically and mixing it up, and they're definitely entertaining the fans here tonight with Kyle Larson getting the carry. Now, there's a guy that we saw get some carries in that first half, and I know a couple weeks ago when I saw that game at Shorecrest, he was very much involved in the mix, but they do switch it around, and they get Doran in there, Vandergrind. You've also got Orgill, Larson. I mean, it's Snohomish in those red uniforms or crimson. Now a different back. Look at this over on the far side.
Yep.
Taking it in this time will be Braden Ulrich. Ulrich is a senior. Yeah, he's also a linebacker. And look out, suddenly they work him in there, and Snohomish has another one. 9:27 to go here in the 4th quarter. And just like that, they said, well, let's work Braden Ulrich in, and he gets it done. From 5 out.
Well, as in the coaching profession says, we just want to run that because next week's team has to prepare for another play.
That's true.
That's what you run those plays for.
Put in another wrinkle, and it works out for the Panthers to really put this one well away. I mean, you got 9:27 to go, but to come back from 5 touchdowns when you haven't put one in the bank so far, that one's got plenty on it. 35-0. Let's take a timeout. 9:27 to go, 4th quarter. This is STSPN.com.
machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
We're back live here. It looks like we've got a 35-0 lead on our scoreboard. I see we're watching another game here, too. Eastside Catholic over O'Day, 21-14. O'Day ranked number 1 in the state in Class 3A. So this makes it kind of interesting out there for them. And then in 4A, Graham-Kapowson is on top in the rankings, followed by Gonzaga Prep, Bothell, Kamiakin, then Sumner. Sumner getting up to the big school ranks a few years ago. But that Kinko or SPSL and NPSL really realigned quite a bit in recent years. There we go, back to the 34. Was checking to see that he didn't lose the ball. That is Anthony, make that Cole Shoemake with the carry that time.
Yeah, with reclassification changes, even like in the Kinko now, I mean, 3A, 2A, 4A. It's
yeah. The Kinko's huge. They got, and so is SPSL. And I mean, again, really all of them, because Wesco is also a very large group of conferences. And then you got the independent schools, Everett, Cascade, Shorewood in the Polk division. As there's a first down, 10 yards to go, and we'll see time-wise how much Mountlake Terrace gets to spend with the football. They trailed 6-0 at the end of the first quarter. It was 21-0 at halftime, and it just keeps going on and on. 28-0 at the end of the third quarter. So once you get deeper into that 4A, it's Eastlake at 6, and then Lake Stevens from Wesco 7, Skyview 8, and Union. Roy Rosenbach school down there in Southwest Washington. They're a power. They were in the state championship a couple years ago, and they are ranked 9th.
They got a wide receiver that's going to Notre Dame.
There we go. Ball is at the 42-yard line. 8-yard gain that time.
I don't know why they don't get that back involved. He doesn't move.
Yeah.
You're just wasting a player there.
I agree thoroughly.
So you got you're talking in which one of the players out
Number
there?
12.
12.
He's standing back there. He should
as far as Jones, yeah.
He should be blocking or doing something.
And just make sure to do something if you're not carrying the football. Again, in looking at more rankings, in 3A, O'Day on top, followed by Kennewick. Yelm, the Tornadoes, is 3rd, and Bellevue 4th. Marysville Pilchuck Wesco School is 5th. Lincoln Ames of Tacoma 6th. Mount Spokane, Mountain View, and Rainier Beach bringing up the tail end of that.
I think Marysville should be number 1 or 2.
There's a great pass over on the far side. That is a completion. And they had the ball at the 44-yard line, so that's going to bring it down to the 34. So you got a total of 22 on the play that time. Great looking move that time. Making the catch that time was Landon Woolley, a tight end, 6'4", 190-pound senior.
Yeah, I think that was the game plan they really wanted to go with earlier in the game.
I remember them targeting him earlier. Yeah.
Maybe Snohomish is pulling back a little bit, but that's, I think, the game plan that they wanted to go with.
Yeah, and you also got to, if they want to watch that they don't get somebody hurt out there. There's Jones again, and Jones stacks on a few more yards. He's got 13 carries for 73 yards, just kind of chipping away at it. Class 2A, as far as the rankings are concerned, Tumwater on top, followed by Linden, North Kitsap, Cedar Woolley, Ridgefield, the Sputters. Then the Sputters, it's true, it's named after potatoes. It's like when you have Camus in there, the paper makers.
Yep.
And if Davenport was in, you'd have the Gorillas in there. They're just some of the great classic names, or the Richland Bombers. Classic names from the state of Washington. 2nd down, 5 yards to go. And we got a timeout called by Snohomish. So let's take a timeout. This is STSPN.com.
Introducing Cord, the new recruit. Our Seattle area plumbing company just keeps on growing. Every day, every job, every person is a champion on our team. How we support each other to support our customers is changing the game.
Hey, Gene Johnson Plumbing and Heating, Corey here. How could it possibly be this great to work for a plumbing company? Gene Johnson Plumbing really sets the bar. They are trend setting the nation for a plumbing company. My wife, in the first time in years, wants to bake and cook for my team. Gene Johnson Plumbing is my new plumbing home away from my own, and I will stand by that until I retire. I'm happy.
Experience respect, pride, and appreciation for doing great work.
Okay, here we go. Thanks to Gene Johnson Plumbing there.
Reverse.
Oh, he's going to keep that on there. How about hands it to the reverse?
Ball out.
Chipped out of there. There
it goes.
Look at
there
that.
we go.
Snohomish gets it after recovering the fumble, going down the other direction. Will he get in? It looks like he got in. That's, what, about 65 yards? It just continues. Getting that football was Kaiden Gaffney, who's going to take it in. And with 6:23 left, it is a 41-0 lead for Snohomish. That definitely is icing on the cake, the maraschino cherry, the exclamation point. The what else can we say? At the top of the mountain, they've got this one in hand. Snohomish would win 3 out of 4 with this one, and poor Mountlake Terrace, after a win last week, then has to come in here and deal with this. Next week, Mountlake Terrace is hosting Linwood.
I think Mountlake Terrace has 56 kids on the field right now.
Yeah.
I think they're about to get too many
Yeah,
guys.
there's a lot of them out there, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's like a 12 or 13 of them
I
out
think,
there.
Yeah, 2 are trying to run out.
They're like, and it can happen, you know. You get a little disjointed. They're going to take Jones out. But, you know. Panthers going for the extra point.
I just noticed something.
Pendergrind.
You guys are probably going to educate me on this. When did they get rid of the cannon?
The cannon has
that's a story.
Been a while, and I do remember there. Yeah,
Somebody got hurt.
Somebody got hurt. A piece of it.
There it goes.
A piece of it broke and hurt somebody. So yeah, I mean, sad in that sense. But it's been a while now. Yeah, but that used to be the big thing. They'd fire that cannon off.
Well, as an opposing
extra point, not good.
As an opposing coach, you never really wanted to hear the other team's fight song.
Mm-hmm.
And when you were at Snohomish, you didn't really want to hear that cannon.
Didn't want to hear that cannon.
Yeah, that cannon was. Oof.
So we want to give a shout out to Ryland Spencer. You know, he's probably one of the best ranking football guys in the state. He helps a lot of people with the state rankings. So you were going down the top 10 there.
Yeah, I was.
He says depending on the outcome of the O'Day game,
which is now Eastside Catholic leading 24-14.
So we don't know which way he's going to go on this, but he puts Marysville-Pilchuck 1 or 2.
Okay, because they're ranked 5th right now, and O'Day is losing at the current time. So that would be very good. It's always nice when the Wesco gets good recognition.
Yeah, at Ryland Spencer. It's a great kid to follow.
Okay.
I guess he's not a kid, but he is compared to me.
Aren't we all? No.
That's nice.
And so at the 21-yard line, that's going to be Shoemake. And he's bringing it out. 6:15 now left to go. And you got the mercy rule in play at 40 points. You can see the clock spinning here. And it would only be a score, an injury, or a timeout that would stop the clock.
Yeah.
So those are the, and at this point in time, Panthers have this one well in hand, and they just don't want to, for a number of reasons, want to ease it back.
Yeah, that's a rule they put in about 8 years ago, I think, or about 10 years ago, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the big thing, too, is we were talking about with things is you definitely don't want to keep the heat on so much that these players get hurt in a game where the outcomes.
There goes
Look at
Jones.
this.
Well, I just saw a score down in California a couple weeks ago, 84-0.
Oh. Okay, so we're keeping an eye on things for our adrenaline player of the game. And so big gain right there and a first down as we're clicking down towards 5 minutes left to go, and we'll have our selection coming up as we get near the end here. We'll kind of just summarize at the end and then call it a night and thank everybody for being a part of what we do here on STSPN.com. So you're talking about, and not much there, but the type of tackling, the rugby style. Talk a little bit more about that, Scott, and what type of things that you're working on or people are working on to make sure that parents realize, hey, we're trying to do things really safe.
Yeah, we're dealing with the mom era and the CTE, the concussion stuff right now, and so Atavus is who I work for, and it's rugby style tackling. Coach Carroll kind of made it famous over at the Seahawks, called it hawk tackling, and these guys just took it to the next level and have done a great job with it and trying to bring safety to the game and take the head basically out of the game.
Oh, that's good.
So when you talk about rugby style tackling, you're talking about using the shoulder a lot more and getting the head out of the game, and unfortunately got another personal foul. So it's, just for the safety of the game, it's great. And, sometimes even some of the tackling drills that we show, we literally have the kids take the helmet off.
And do it without a helmet.
Yeah.
Okay. And just show the – oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, no, it's just kind of, the eras that you and I kind of know about when they didn't have face masks.
Right.
When you didn't have a face mask, you kept your face out of the deal. And, now these kids are bigger, faster, stronger than they've ever been. And so even for me, I was an old 25-year-old coach and we used to teach cross the bow. Well, they don't teach that at Atavus. I mean, it's called near foot, near shoulder. So you're really trying to keep yourself out of the head out of the game.
Now, that's a big penalty right there. It's like another personal foul. We've seen 4 of them in this game and into the second half. All of that going on. Again, the clock is running. There's not going to stop it on a penalty with the running clock at this point in time. What about equipment? I know that there was helmet development. That's been happening. And there was a company that was doing it in Seattle.
Yeah.
And where is that now? Where is all that going? Where's it at?
Unfortunately, they got out of the business.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, the material, which is basically the back of your bumper, because the compression from the helmet breaks down a lot easier, has gotten out of it. But I think they're coming back. But I know Rydell's made a helmet similar to it.
Yeah.
But that material is hard to get, as I understand. And in the weird world we live in now, I can't even imagine what the shortage would be.
Yeah.
To get that material.
We can't
done.
even get loaves of bread sometimes, let alone that.
Yeah.
And so we are going to get looking at player of the game for this one. And, okay, so we're just going to find out. Actually, I think the quarterback definitely for the Snohomish Panthers, that would be Cale Hammer, who's going to be playing baseball at Gonzaga. And Hammer is just a junior. And so he's a heck of a talented player. I mean, I definitely saw that a couple weeks ago at Shoreline Stadium, and that's fun to do too. I mean, as much as I love doing play-by-play, it's also fun to go and just watch and write notes down and watch these guys and just kind of keeping an eye on what talent is out there. And so Hammer getting set to go. Number 13.
I'm a huge football guy, but I'll be honest with you, he's a lefty and he plays baseball. So stay to what you're doing, son.
Absolutely.
Your career is going to be a lot longer in that sport.
Yeah.
And
Left-handed pitchers. You know how that goes, and they are a prized commodity in baseball and Gonzaga, and of course academically, and we do like to focus on that, of course. Look at this. He's going to the air, and it's going to be short. Actually, nice turnaround by the receiver out there to try to get to that ball. And that was Sam Howe turning back in. But, and that is the big thing is, the academic aspect of it, putting your time in, getting that. If he's a prospect and at least 3 years of college in over there.
Well,
getting close.
On the side, I run a program called Student Athlete Advocates, and I always promote that. I mean, multi-sport athletes is so important and gives yourself so much more options and things you can do. And so that's great that he's got that chance. And my dad's a huge Gonzaga basketball fan, so he'll be even happier to know there's a Gonzaga baseball guy.
Few of those around here, isn't there?
Yes, there are.
Okay, straight up the middle. That's Jones. As we're down to 48 seconds left to go, it's going to be Snohomish's ball game. They lead at 41-0, and scored early on in that first half. 7:36 to go, and it was a 26-yard slant passing play from the quarterback, Cale Hammer, to Mason Orgill, and that really set the tone for this.
Yep.
So we're going to select, I don't know if we're going to bring him up here, though. No, we're going to select him as player of the game. You know, you got to watch things a little bit, too, for social distancing and stuff like that. So Cale Hammer will be our player of the game. Congratulations. Dad's the head coach, but this guy's darn good all on his own. I thought it was. Joey Hammer. Yeah.
That's it.
And that's it. 41-0 is the final score. Snohomish picks up the victory, and they go to 3-2 overall. Yeah, that's a big one for the Panthers. As the Panthers, when they're third out of the last 4 games, next week they are at Meadowdale, then at Monroe, and then you get into the Wesco 3A crossover games and 3A quad district playoff games if it keeps rolling. So congratulations to the Snohomish Panthers. Mountlake Terrace, don't hang your heads. You battled hard out here. Snohomish just had the combination this evening, and we had a great time. Heck, this game actually moved right along at 2 hours and 10 minutes. That's a pretty quick pace.
That's a Terry Ennis game.
That's a Terry Ennis game. Well, great reference. A lot of running, keeping it going like that. And, of course, the mercy rule at the end. But, again, always great to come here. Really good crowd. October, Friday night football. And, Scott, just a great pleasure to work with you. Who knows, if the schedule lines up, we might get another one in this year. We'll see how it goes. But if not, I know we got a good combination, and we'll be back at it next year once we get to that point.
Sounds good, my friend. I loved it. Thanks for the night.
Absolutely. That's Scott Liago, who's just a lot of fun to visit with and very informative. Debbie Larson, thank you. Also, Sarah Elvig and Todd Elvig as well. Todd is snuck out into the hall. We might have to just keep it going because, quite frankly, while I do a lot of stuff with my own equipment, I'm not quite sure how to turn all this stuff off over here. So we can kind of keep it here as we have Snohomish coming over, addressing their fans. I'm just really happy to see this kind of participation from the fans coming out here. What do we got over here on this other one? Eastside Catholic 24, O'Day 14. I guess Scott, he wants Debbie to turn all the equipment off here. Something like that. But anyway, it's it's just nice for the fans to get a chance to, and I think too, with just having to go through all this with the pandemic, this doesn't get old. Every week is just, this is so good to get out like this. And obviously there's still a lot of mask restrictions and stuff, and some uncharted waters. We're not sure how things go with the variant and all that such, but let's hope that everybody's doing okay out there. We just want to wish everybody well too. And a special thank you to all of our great sponsors. American Family Insurance, Sally Petty, Agency in Monroe. Thank you, Sally, and your team. We know you're there to do a great job to serve the community. That's on 191 State Route 2, Suite 193 in Monroe, 360-794-5404. And then you've also got Gene Johnson Plumbing and Heating. They're at 206-792-7495. On top of that, you've got G&S Heating, Cooling, and Electric. Thank you to them for their great job. Adrenaline Fundraising, Player of the Game, with the awarding of the T-shirt. We'll make sure Cale Hammer gets that. And then also McDaniel's Do It Best Hardware, Fred's Rivertown Ale House, and Airfield Espresso, Heather Harvey, Washington Officials Association. Again, thanks to all of them. Again, Cale Hammer, congratulations to you, too, for a great performance here tonight at Snohomish's Veterans Memorial Stadium. Todd, a pleasure, and once again for Scott Liago, Debbie Larson, and the whole gang, Todd Elvig, Mark Aucutt saying winning is for tonight, but sportsmanship is for a lifetime. Take care, everybody. Have a great night. I was calling him Cale through the night, right? I wasn't calling him Kyle, right? It is, but I did call him Cale, right? Okay. Because, you go along and go, I did do that right all night, didn't it? Because because I started to call him Kyle at the end. So anyway, but we got, what's that?